Okay. Good off you.
Hello and welcome back to Merseybeet gardening. It's the 1st of April and that can only mean one thing. We're going to harvest spaghetti. Yes, we're going to harvest spaghetti today. There's over the years there's been a misunderstanding of exactly how spaghetti is grown. We all know about it commercially grown. In fact, you know what? The BBC in 1957 put out a newsreel thing. I don't know if you remember it. I remember it growing up, where they showed these spaghetti farmers in Italy, and they had these spaghettis dangling from trees, and they'd harvest them and dry them in the sun. Do you remember that? 1957? It's a bit before my time, but I remember growing up and seeing that and thinking, spaghetti growing on trees? I couldn't get my head around that idea. And anyway, we all know now it was a spoof. It's not true. Spaghetti does not grow on trees. We all know that now. It doesn't grow on trees at all. But they had us fooled, didn't they? They had us fooled. The BBC fooled us. I'm going to show you the proper way to grow spaghetti and how you should grow it from seed, right? I've got some seeds here. This is what they look like. Spaghetti seeds. And we've been growing, in our family, we've been growing spaghetti for many years. In fact, my grandmother started it way back in the 1950s. She started growing spaghetti, and if I can get this pack open, which I don't think I can, I'll show you the seeds. These seeds have been passed down from my grandmother, because we've just grown them every year in the family. We've always grown spaghetti. And we're not Italian or anything. Actually, she's Irish, my grandmother. Eleanor, her name was Eleanor Rigby. So that is the, you can see them there, funny shaped seeds of spaghetti. So every year we grow these seeds. You don't have to plant them every year. They are perennial, by the way. They are a perennial plant crop, which will come up year after year. But the plants do, you don't get as good a crop off them, you know. So you have to revigorate them every so often. So they're grown from seeds. And the best way to grow them is in pots. Don't think about growing them straight into the ground, because they will take over areas, vast areas. They're related to like pampas grasses and bamboos and stuff like that. So they're usually grown in tropical, around the Mediterranean areas. You see them on hillsides and stuff like that. And there's many different varieties of spaghetti you can grow. Here we grow, at Merseybeet, we grow 3 types of spaghetti, and they are the red spaghetti, the green spaghetti, and the yellow spaghetti, also known as Spaghettius norvegicus, all 3 varieties. So we've got 3 varieties of spaghetti that we grow here. And when you clean them up and harvest them, they look something like this. Like a tricolour, 3 colours that you'd buy in the shop. You know, the 3 colour spaghettis that you buy in the shop. So we've got them outside. We're in the kitchen now, so it's ideal because we can just go outside, and on the 1st of April and for the rest of the month we can crop fresh spaghetti. And to be honest, there is nothing in this world like fresh spaghetti. It is more flavoursome. It's not as bland as the stuff that you get in the shops. The bleached out taste of spaghetti that you buy in the shops is no comparison to fresh spaghetti. So I'll be showing you how we harvest them and how we look after them. It's important that you feed them with a high nitrogen type of feed, diluted in water, obviously, and you do that 3 times a month. 3 times a month, and they should be fine. You should get a good crop off them. They grow like grasses, and when they're ready to be cropped, they change colour, and you get these either brightly coloured ones, spaghettis, or the green type ones, sometimes the yellows. Okay, and they're uniform. You'll notice they are uniform, all about the same size. That's because over many centuries these have been hybridized, and because of the hybridization, we have standard length spaghettis. You do get giant spaghettis, and of course you do get the swirly spaghettis, but when I was a kid I used to grow alphabetti spaghettis, and that's how I started. That's really how I started getting into gardening, was by growing alphabetti spaghettis. I used to love them in tomato sauce. You can buy them in the shops, but to have your own spaghetti, alphabetti spaghettis growing in your garden is fantastic. And you can get the curly varieties and the all different types, you know, tomatillos or whatever you call them. I can't remember. They're all Italian names nowadays, you know. But all the different types of spaghettis you can now get in the shops. But I would always recommend growing them yourself. So I'm going to show you how to harvest them, and we'll go out into the garden. Now, it's not a perfect day, it's a bit rainy, but it's probably the best day. Probably the best day to pick spaghetti is when it's a bit overcast, you know. Little spots of rain won't harm, but not, obviously not torrential. But shall we go out and have a look at these spaghettis? Oh, first of all, I want to show you exactly what we use to harvest spaghettis. We need a trug. This is our special spaghetti harvesting trug that we've used for years, and we need some tools. So we've got like these are specially designed spaghetti harvesting tools, and you can get these in most good gardening shops or online. They're perfectly suited for harvesting spaghettis. In fact, commercial users use them to you know, when for basically employing cheap labour to get this stuff out of the ground. Because if you can imagine a field of spaghettis all day doing that, it's very tiring. So yeah, that's the kind of tools that we use to get spaghetti out of the ground. So let's go and have a look and see what harvest we've got this year. Okay, let's go out into the garden and harvest some spaghetti. And here I am, my trusty spaghetti harvesting trug and a spade. So let's see, here we go. It's handy just having spaghetti outside your own kitchen. And as you can see, I've got 3 different varieties here. All these are spaghetti. All these are spaghetti plants here, and you can tell when they're ripe when the actual strands of spaghetti change colour. So on usually April the 1st they sort of start changing. Well, you can start harvesting from April the 1st, but you can carry on. It should you should get a harvest from these all month until in June they go to flower, and then they come up again next year. So yeah, they grow pretty well in pots, as you can see, and I get a constant, at least 1 month's supply of spaghetti that then I store and keep. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just set up the camera here and do a little time lapse of me actually harvesting some spaghetti for your delight. Okay, let's set the camera up. I'll be about here. So I hope you liked that little video and a little look at how we grow spaghetti here at Merseybeet. Do give it a try. Like I said, you can get the seeds directly from Premier Seeds, and there are various places online as well. And there is also a spaghetti growing club if you want to. I'll try and put the link up. If I think on it, I'll put the link up on where you can learn how to grow the various myriad types of spaghetti that we get in this country, and even in the UK. I know they are a tropical Mediterranean plant, but they will grow in our temperate climate here in the UK, which is brilliant. And it's, you know, in this day and age where we're trying to save money on food and stuff like that, good harvest of spaghetti, wholesome spaghetti, you can't beat it. So good luck with that. Hope you make loads of bologneses this April, and keep watching our videos. Thanks for watching this, and we hope to see you in our next video vlog. So for me here, and Catherine, who's somewhere else, we'll see you soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.